Good morning, children. This is Shoaib speaking. Children, we have been dealing with the chapter getting started with Libreoffice writer. In this chapter, in this video explanation, we will understand what is this Libreoffice is all about, why we are supposed to use it, and what are the benefits of using this office writer. We are gonna have such kind. I mean, in this explanation video, we are going to understand the various methods of creating a document, using a document, and what are the uses of LibreOffice. Everything we will have a discussion in this video. So, children, the very first thing that we will understand what is the meaning of the word writer. Earlier people, like we know that they used to use typewriter for typing documents, and then the trend has changed. People they started using different word processing applications on computers in order to create or edit or format documents and to share with people for different purposes on a different platforms like internet and all. Whatever we do, whatever we write, whatever we type, everything we do by using using a writing software. In the sense, like earlier time we had MS Word or Wattpad or a Notepad. By using such applications, we used to make our blogs, we used to write our notes, such applications. So LibreOffice is one of them. Okay, it's a word processing application. We face certain issues when we write something write something by hand. For example, it might be difficult to understand specific handwriting also, or sometimes it doesn't look too appealing, or it doesn't look very impressive. So in that case, what we do, we use writing application softwares. So in that, what are the advantages we get? We can edit a document. If somewhere I suppose made a spelling mistake, I can change my writing. Suppose somewhere like I wanna add some sentence in my paragraph, I can change. So there are multiple facilities. Not only that, we can insert images, we can insert like any videos in our writing. We can add email IDs. A lot of applications, a lot of features are given in this writing software applications. So what are the important features of word processor? What are the features we get from word processors? So children, number one is like word processor provides an easier and faster method to type the text. We can easily get the application. We can easily get our works faster just by typing. So in this as we are not writing in our hand, so naturally just by typing on screen, you can easily create your work faster. Number two is what? Number two is using word processor, you can simply apply the editing features like copying, moving, deleting. Such kind of activity can be done easily. You can overwrite or insert a sentence, paragraph, or a word. You can add multiple pages. You can add headers. You can add footers. Can be also be inserted in the work. Tabular data, especially suppose when we are writing something and you want to show something in a form of tables, you can insert tables in your work. So not only that, you can format the pictures such as bold, italic, underline, font name, font colors. You can add word arts as well. These are the activities, or these are the facilities you can do on your work. You can store your data for further use. Suppose in your computer, suppose you are storing your data. Suppose you are storing your write up somewhere in the hard disk drives easily, but if you want, it gets automatically stored in the software itself in a file. Just by clicking on open, you can open your existing files which you have created earlier. This kind of advantages you can easily get. As you can see on my screen, there are lots of services can be added. You can add your any web pages, HTML pages and all. So it's very simple to use using this LibreOffice. So on computer with Windows or a Linux operating systems, we are generally fond of using Windows operating system, but using Linux, as we have already discussion about this operating system in the live classes. I mean, in the previous classes, physical classes about Linux operating system. It's one of the most secured operating system in dealing with when we maintain privacy in our workstation. We use Linux operating system. Mac OS was the earlier form of operating systems. So like now question is that, sir, how can we open, or how can we create a document, right? So it's very simple, children. Before I go to that topic, I want you to know that what are the other word processing applications other than LibreOffice. There were MS Word, which we use for desktop utility. We had very good concept on Notepad and WordPad, which gives us the same facility. OpenOffice, it's another word processing application. LibreOffice Writer is one of them. We know Google Docs, that is also one more very comfortable, very user friendly word processing application, gives us such facilities to create a document. So let's we understand what is this LibreOffice Writer is all about. So children, here you can see on my screen, it's a just a document panel where you can start creating document from by using LibreOffice Writer. So LibreOffice Writer, this application allows us to produce letters, reports, notices, newsletters, etc. We can quickly make our work. We can modify the text both by typing or after typing. Suppose while we are typing, if you find something to be changed, you can change at that time. If you find something to be changed later, you can go for it. The works becomes quite presentable. We can add colors, styles, fonts, borders, shadings, and various other effects can be added into the work. We can insert graphics. We can make our works just by using drawing tools, drawing pictures. Just by using that, we can add many things in the work. We can preview the text. It allows us to see the work, to preview the work, whether something to be changed, something to be edited or not. That can be done. We can take out multiple printouts of it. No problem in that. It integrates the objects from other files and applications. It can integrate. Suppose something you want to bring from Excel sheet, and you want to introduce in your this LibreOffice document. So you can add. You are allowed to do that. No problem in such things. So how can we start a LibreOffice? As you can see on my screen. So the very first thing is what we have to as we are dealing with LibreOffice 6.2 version. So first you have to open that just by you will just type writer or a LibreOffice Writer in your search bar. Just by getting from start menu, you will get the search bar. From there, just by typing LibreOffice Writer, you can get it. Once it gets opened, you have to just give a double click on the LibreOffice Writer. It will open. Once you open LibreOffice Writer, you will get the you will get an option to create your document. Fine. So you will just click on create. You will just click on create, and you will get the writer document. You have to select the writer document. So here it's already opened, children. As you can see on my screen, it's already opened. So here you have to click on open. It will be opened. You can see there are 4 different templates are saved over here. You can choose any one of this. So what are the when you are typing your work, how will you save the work? So how can you open or how can you save? So by opening an existing document before you start LibreOffice, a Word file generally remains in form of .doc or .docx, or from Excel file, suppose .xls or .xlsx. For PowerPoint, we know that PowerPoint generally we save using the extension with .ppt or .pptx, something like that. Okay, children. So now from here, so how can we uh, means use this this LibreOffice using Windows operating system or Linux operating system? So just by simply clicking on the file, you can get this text documents, spreadsheets, presentations, drawing, database, formula. These things can be introduced. So what are the options remain in the menu bar? What are the options remain in the menu bar, children? File, edit, view, insert, format, table, tools, windows, help. These are the options remain in the menu bar. We know right from junior classes what are the uses of it. File contains commands that apply to entire documents such as open, save. These things you can get from the file. Edit allows us to which contains the commands for editing the documents such as undo, files, replace, cut, copy, paste. These things you can get simply from edit option. When you have got view, that contains commands for controlling the display of the documents such as zoom, web layout, some like this. From view, you will get the options like which contains commands for controlling the display of the documents such as zooms, web layouts. Insert, from insert you can add header, footer, images, many things you can do from insert. From format, you can simply change the styles and the formatting of your work. You can apply autocorrects. These things can be done from format. Tables, if you want to add some tables in your work, or by procuring from other Excel sheets, you can introduce in the LibreOffice. Tools, you will have the grammar, customize. These options can be getting from the tools like that. And Windows, the use of Windows is to display the work. So there are a lot of things you can get from this LibreOffice. So the very first thing is what, children? You have to click on file. Just by clicking you can create a document. So once the document is done, you can change the formatting of your work. You will get the bold, italic, font size. These are the formatting tools you can get from here. Okay. Status bar allows us to check the status of the work, here is a left or right. These are the tools you can get it from here. You can add multiple slides, you can add multiple pages in your work. So these are the things which you can get. There are options of sidebar. Sidebar is also available. Here you can see on my screen the sidebar appears to be like this. So how can you start a document? Just simply click on file, go to new option. From file you can go to wizard option. From there also you can get, or by just simply earlier made existing file, you can just simply clicking on file, click on open. You can open any other existing files which is saved in a .doc or .ppt or .xls. Now how will you save the work? Just go for a save command or a save as, which you can see on my screen. Just go to file, save option, save icon, just put a name in the file name, just click on save. Your works will be saved. Or you can use a shortcut key also, Control Shift and S together. Okay, Shift, Control and S, if you press together, your works will be saved. They will ask for a file name. You will insert your file name. You can save your work easily, simply, and that will be showing you the date when you have modified the work, when you have saved the work. Everything can be seen on the work. You can apply password protection. Suppose if you want to make your work private so that no one can see the work, just by simply click on the set password option. You can set the password which will be known by only you. No one can open that file until the person or the user is inserting the correct password to open that file. You can simply open that file by inserting the password. You can change the password if later on if you want to change the password. You can suppose if you feel to make your work more secured, there are chances of opening the file by someone else. So in that case, you can change the work just by simply changing the password. You can rename the file name. You can delete the file name. You can save as you can use the save as for your the created document, you can go for such options. Now, like you can have undoing and redoing the changes. You can go for edit. In the edit option, you can find control Z for undo the work. Take a control Y for read of the work. You can simply get it from tools, options, and Libreoffice options. Libreoffice memory, you can get the work which you have done earlier. These are the facilities given by Libreoffice Writer. So once we sit for the practical classes, we will definitely understand how to do this work practically. So we can close the work in the Libreoffice just by applying Control Q. Children, this command both applicable in both Windows and Linux operating system. And for Mac OS, it's a different command. Just by doing this, we can simply create a document, make we can save a document, we can bring changes in the document just by going to the edit option. These are the things we can simply do in our work. So this is how we have to create a document, children. So the very first thing is what? In your PC, in your desktop, first you have to download Libreoffice 6.2 version. You download this application software in your computer just by simply double clicking on your the icon. You can open it, you can make any of these documents, you can format, you can edit, you can insert images, many facilities. What are the facilities were given in the MS Word? Everything you can find in the Libreoffice. And the Libreoffice is both applicable in Windows and Linux operating system. This is why it is quite user friendly. MS Office can only be applicable in the Windows operating system, but this Libreoffice applicable in both MS Windows as well as in Linux operating system as well as in Mac operating system. So children, this is what we have to do. There are a lot of theory to be learned. There are a lot of shortcut key to be learned. In the chapter itself, it's given very nicely. What are the use of each bars, what are the use of each commands, how can you save, how can you create, everything are given. And the more thing is what, the more facility is what, we can use this application in the remote server just by simply, if you are in a network, just by simply sitting in your user computer, you can save your work in other devices like in server or in other clients. You can save your work in the network. That is what the facility given by this Libreoffice. So children, hope my explanation is clear. If there is something doubts or confusion, feel free to speak to me and go through the chapter very nicely. Till then, thank you so much. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care, children.